would it be wrong to say that as a nation, India is scared today? With the coronavirus outbreak, we have questions and very few answers. Today, giving answers to all your queries is integrative nutritionist and health coach Neha Ranglani joining us for a conversation. Welcome, Neha.
Hi,
this
thank
is
you.
the perfect time to have you, I think. Started in China and then it reached India. What was your first reaction? Were you also ever scared?
You know what? I was not scared because I know that our body has the power to heal, and I always say that.
But what are the things that people should be doing? I think a lot of us would like to know that because there is no cure to this. What are the kind of preventive measures that as a person one can take?
So I'll tell you what, a lot of it has to come from your immune system. So coronavirus is just like any other virus. It's a viral flu that we always get, and we get cured of it without even knowing, and sometimes not even taking medications. But the only thing with this virus is that it's very easily transmissible, and it affects your respiratory system directly. So people are like, they're like, we don't know what to do of this, and hearing so many cases, right, that people are dying, mortality rate is this, and blah blah blah. But we need to remember that the immunity within us is something that's going to help us fight this.
Absolutely.
So we need to actually up our immunity game to protect ourselves. So even if you sort of contract it, your body will fight it out.
True.
So the only focus right now has to be your immunity, and 70 to 80% of your immunity comes from your gut. So if you have gut issues like bloating, indigestion, constipation, very important. Constipation, which we kind of really ignore and say, oh, it's just constipation, Yeah, it's very not considered as important sort of a health issue, but it is important because you're not really throwing the toxin out, and that creates a lot of toxins in the body which the virus can feed on. So a lot of digestive issues can hamper your immune system because it gives rise to a lot of bad bacteria in your gut, and bad bacteria then dampen your immune system. So you need to focus on actually improving your good bacteria in your gut, and you're supposed to do that through gut balancing foods and not gut damaging foods. So there are certain foods which we all consume in our day-to-day life and we think they're healthy, but they can actually cause damage to our gut.
Like what?
Like tea and coffee. Nayan, are you fond of it?
I am fond of both. When you told me, I was like a little, I think none of us know about it.
Yes.
That tea and coffee can do a lot of damage.
It's very inflammatory, and especially it's complex with milk and sugar and all of that. It causes a lot of trauma on the gut. So tea and coffee, aerated drinks which we just gulp down without thinking, diet Coke, sodas and all of that. So these foods. Then you have your dairy, milk and milk products. They also damage the gut lining because nowadays the dairy has a lot of antibiotics, hormones, toxins in them. Wheat, the modern day wheat has the kind of gluten which our body cannot digest. So that affects our gut lining. Then we have all our refined oils, refined salt, refined sugar, and then our alcohol intake. All of this together cumulatively actually affects our gut. Fried food, processed and packaged food which we just pick up out of convenience and we're like, okay, we don't have time to eat, so we'll eat this. So eating a lot of foodless food affects your gut.
But practically, this forms about 90% of our daily food intake anyway on a regular day.
Exactly.
So what are the things that people should be eating?
Exactly, I'm coming to that now. So you actually need to eat a lot of wholesome, natural, nature-made foods like your fruits, vegetables, greens, nuts, sprouts, whole grains, pulses. Now there's so much that you can eat, right? But we only think of eating foods
French food.
French
fries and Coke.
Exactly, which you can have French fries but in a baked way. You can actually steam the potatoes and bake them. So they are as delicious minus all the negative effects. So it's important to eat as nature inclined foods as much as possible. That is your gut immunity. Also liver is very important. Our liver has its own immune system which is very important to fight any virus or bacteria or anything in our body, because the minute the bacteria starts spreading or virus starts spreading, it first gets into the liver because it's a very vascular organ and the liver is responsible to detoxify everything. Now if your liver is not in good shape, it clearly can't kill, and from there it's going to spread to other places. So it's important to take care of your liver, and what are the foods, what all foods I told you to avoid are actually the liver damaging foods as well.
True.
Alcohol being number one on the list because it directly gets into your liver and slows it down, right? Because the liver has to work really hard to throw it out of the system.
But tell me something, Neha. So when there is an ongoing problem in your body, that you know that maybe you have hypertension or you are suffering from a liver issue or maybe diabetes, so that it doesn't affect you even like in a worse way, what do you do then? Like when you already know that your liver is not going to function 100%
Right.
to its capacity, and then this has happened, how do you tackle that situation then?
Start making changes right immediately as you come to know that you have a sort of an infection in your system. So just start eliminating the wrong foods. Make a food diary, make a list of all the foods you're eating through the day, and just check which out of this is damaging you. And I always say, it's not what you eat sometimes, it's what you eat all the time, and every day is what damages you. So it's important to take those foods out which you're eating day on day, meal on meal, every day, which is then affecting your health. And of course, when you have a certain problem, or you have an infection, or you already have a weakened immune system inside, you need to be more cautious and take more care, and give your body extra importance by putting in a lot of herbs and herbs and spices. We Indians are really blessed with these herbs and spices. So you could actually do a few concoctions through the day, like your ginger, lemon, turmeric water. You get this fresh turmeric these days, which you can grate. It looks like ginger. You can use that. Then there's celery juice, which is a great antiviral. It has a great antiviral property. So just one big glass of plain celery juice. Aloe vera juice, which is great for the gut. Then you could do
aloe vera and water.
Just aloe vera pulp, organic aloe vera pulp and water, and blend it. And in that, if you want, you can put a little lemon or amla because it has vitamin C. And then you could actually make a water with thyme and rosemary, because these herbs are very good. Green smoothie, green juice with tulsi, because tulsi, we Indians really value tulsi at a very holy space. We know tulsi is very holy for us. So tulsi, and then you can put moringa, spirulina. Pan ka patta is amazing because it has so many minerals. A tiny betel leaf which we eat for fun, like pan khate hain, that pan ka patta is actually very digestive and it's great for your health. So put all these leaves into a blender, put some water. If you like a fruit like a pineapple or something, just put that, blend it in and just gulp it down. So one glass of green smoothie, you're doing great for your immunity in that sense.
So right in the morning.
Yeah, first thing in the morning. So do your like ginger lemon water, then you could do like your green smoothie. In between you could do like a celery juice and things like that. So that is there. Then of course you have your spices, our kitchen spices like your sauf, jeera, ajwain. You have dalchini, cinnamon, and cloves and cardamom and coriander seeds and mulethi. Mulethi is a very less known sort of a spice which is used, but it's great for immunity. It's called licorice in English, but mulethi powder, again you'll get it at any spice store, and you can put a little powder of that and make a concoction and keep sipping it through the day.
Only in water?
In water.
But I read somewhere, I'm sure that a lot of us are reading about it, and that's why we are getting stressed.
Yeah.
So when you're reading about cure, a lot of people are saying that there are a lot of myths that are going around. I want to know if you think they're true or not. So there's a myth that garlic water is curing coronavirus.
I don't think it's proven, but garlic again is great for immunity. The only thing with garlic is many people don't like the taste and they just can't digest. For some people, garlic can get a little acidic on the gut. But if you can digest it and if you like it, please go ahead, because like ginger, it also has a lot of immunity boosting properties.
So you are saying that first we have to eliminate the tea and the coffee that we are having
and the immunity damaging foods.
And milk and everything, and then we replace that with a green smoothie or maybe water with
the
masala,
spices,
spices that we have.
Yeah.
Do people sip on that water throughout the day then?
They can put it in a flask, keep sipping it. They could also make a powder of it and put the powder in the mouth and drink a glass of warm water on it. That's also great. Like sauf is such a nice like a mouth freshener after a meal. It's a post meal mouth freshener, so you could just actually munch on a little sauf or ajwain after your meals, and that's a good digestive as well. So these are small things which you can do for yourself. Other than that, you could also add supplements in your diet if you're really lacking. If you feel you're somebody who doesn't eat really well, then you could ask your health practitioner or nutritionist or whoever you're consulting as to what supplements your body needs. So but there are some which are really important, like vitamin D. Also get your sunlight. I mean, getting 10 to 15 minutes sunlight every day, and we in India are blessed with that sunlight that we get. In the morning, 15 minutes, just sit bare in the sun and just get your body that energy it needs, and it has its own antiviral properties. It will kill the infection inside you. it's great. If you cannot do that, and maybe if you're not living in an area where there's too much sun or you don't have access to it, then probably you could take a good vitamin D3 supplement. You could take omega-3, which is again great anti-inflammatory. There's zinc, which is super for immunity. Zinc, you also get it in your nuts and whole grains and everything, but in case you're not eating well or you have a digestive issue, then probably taking a supplement would help. And also you have B12. Just make sure that you're good on your B12, you're not too low. Vitamin C is there. You can get it from your amla, from your lemons, from all your fruits.
So all citrus fruits
are amazing. Yes, they're amazing.
Because बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं कि when you are having it's flu-like symptoms, so people avoid having lemons and oranges.
No, lemons are great for cleansing. They are great cleansers and alkalizers, which actually improve the environment in your system against the bugs. So it's good. It's great to have lemons in your diet. So these are the kind of supplements which you can actually include. And I mean, just take care of what you're putting in your mouth. Make sure when you eat, you just be like, okay, is this going to harm me or is this going to help me?
True.
And then you'll get an intuitive answer and you know what to choose.
So before going, I want to ask you that if you had to plan a daily diet chart for anybody, so what should somebody have after they wake up? They're having the green smoothie.
The green smoothie, the concoctions, you know, whichever they like. Then they could get on to eating a lot of fruits. Then eating their normal meals. Like I said, your sprouts are there. Then your normal khana. If you're avoiding wheat, then you could do a lot of jawar, ragi, brown rice. You could do salads for your meals. In mid-meals, you could do nuts, you could do seeds, you could do nut butters. And then evening, you know, you could munch on a little makhana, some sweet potato. They're great. Again, so baked sweet potato fries or baked potato fries for that matter. And a simple dinner. I mean, if you eat that ways, your body is going to do well, and keep sipping all the right liquids in between. Take your supplements, sleep well, rest well. Consume a lot of fun, positive content right now, especially when we are being bombarded with all the negative ones. Make conscious effort and choice to choose the positive content.
Thank you. I think it's been an eye-opener for me and for everybody who's watching.
I hope so.
Because I think people are really scared at this point.
Please don't be.
And there needed to be like somebody who will come and tell them and help them what they should eat, what they shouldn't eat, which is more important, I think. And thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Nayan. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Hi friends, this is Neha Ranglani. I'm an integrative nutritionist and health coach, and you are watching me on Pinkvilla. If you've liked this video, don't forget to give it a big like, share it with all your friends and family. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions, and subscribe to Pinkvilla.